Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Moonring, where I was trying to do the thing that I said. As you can see here on the map, I've been drifting southward, just trying to map the border of the world, and I saw like a temple here and I was like, okay, let's get it on the map, we'll come back and explore it later on camera. But then I reached this little area and there's all kinds of stuff going on around here. And as you can see, I ran into some great gazers, which are just, I mean, they're beholders. They're 100% beholders. And I figured, you know what? This area is complex enough and there's enough going on here with all these lesser ruins and stuff. This is probably worth just capturing on camera the first time. So here we are. I think there are monsters in here. Let's have a look around these ruins. I came in here and this is where I was attacked by the Great Gazers. I guess they're not here anymore. This is just one of these. I think we've seen this exact map before. Okay, well, let's go in there and fight some robots, I suppose. Remarkably, the robots are not, as far as I can tell, immune to magical damage or anything like that at all. Are we unable to get in here? I suppose if I had a teleporter, I could like teleport in through the windows maybe? If I had some kind of blink spell. Maybe that's the intent? Because the window that we can see through that, or the door that we can see through the window is not locked. Is there anything like that? I mean, there's the, there's this thing, right? I wonder if I could use that to jump through a window. Well, let's see if we can get inside the other ruins. Because I would love to regenerate my energy some without spending any of our precious energy plants, right? Ah. Okay, I think we can probably just stand and fight these things for the most part. Oh yeah, this ruin is way more open. I mean, you know, sabotage is not terribly expensive. I have to be adjacent, that's right. Let's go ahead and throw a sabotage down. Just create some havoc here. Okay, got ourselves a Haven Stone, which I definitely remember the use of. Oh, right. That'll take us to yeah. It will take us back to a particular settlement. A Rod of Shadowbolt. That's cool, I suppose. That's just a hallway. That's literally a single tile. Okay. I may as well fill empty bottles with water. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's something. Exploring lesser ruins, we get loot and stuff. Okay, so now we have energy. Let me see if it'll let me do this. So hit 6. Nope, I cannot shockwave through the wall. You would think you'd be able to, you know, hurl yourself through a wall if you came right down to it. Or through a window. Interesting that Shadowbolt deals physical damage. I mean, we may as well equip it, or you know, hotbar it. Is there any chance that this is like randomly regenerated on? Nope. Nope. It looks to be the same every time. Is there a God's gift that can let me through a locked door? Move instantly to an unoccupied location you can see. You may not leap to a spot you cannot walk to. See, they've covered for precisely this kind of nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just can't get in this one. Okay, what about this other castle? It's on the map. Oh, there's kindling. Should probably grab the kindling. Even though it is kind of a pain in the ass to hunt it down. Who would have thought we'd have such trouble chasing down a stick? Alright, something is here. Is that the something? That's a moon bear. And it does not seem to do super well with the bloodstones. Okay, yeah. Doesn't seem like a terribly tough opponent, honestly. Scary to look at. Not a lot of damage. Wow, that scarab hits pretty hard and is not really taking very much. I realized I'm not like 100% sure how I thought I was going to be able to use that. Oh, he ran into it. I just started bleeding and I'm not 100% sure why. Okay, well that's not awesome. I don't have the energy to bite something, even if there was something to bite. And I don't think I have a bandage. So I think we maybe this is just gonna give me food. It's not healing. Yeah, we may be in a situation here where I have to pop a potion of healing in order to survive the bleed. It is wild how hard it is to find bandages, but I should definitely try to carry some if we ever find bandages in a store or something, because of my propensity to hit myself with the other thing. Well, I guess there's no reason to do it now. We want to wait until as late in the bleed as possible, right? Actually, I might survive it. Okay, yes, I am no longer bleeding. Okay, can I rest here? Do I have the kindling to camp? I actually don't remember. We do. Okay, so that being the case, may I camp kit? Apparently it is felt that there may be an enemy remaining. No, I know. Believe me. Alright, so I have cleared the area of all enemies. But because of the fact that when we... Yeah, because of the fact that we can spawn a thing by interacting with that body there, it counts. That's pretty annoying. Come here, you. It's a pretty decent amount of healing. And then we get to eat the meat. I really wish that if it's gonna throw a thing out of the tile, I wish that it was the meat that tended to fall in the tile the thing actually died in. I mean, I definitely want to go back to full health. Making a campfire seems like a terribly large expenditure of resources if we can, in fact, just find some wildlife to chomp on. Oh, there's one of those great gazers down in the bottom left. Don't love this. It is cornering me. I haven't really tried fighting them yet, they seem really scary is the thing. Okay, well, tried to rot bolt me. That was 198 damage. That's a very serious problem. I should probably bounce. I could try to hit it with the insanity and see if it'll just... we have another force cross, don't we? Yeah. Let me equip that. We'll just shove that thing out of the way. Get ourselves a little bit of room to regenerate poise. That looks like a dangerous projectile. Alright. Just find our way out of here. And then right by the edge of the map. See if I can't regen a little bit of energy for free. I can get this. And then I can bite you. You don't have blood. Okay, well that was a waste of my energy. That's pretty frustrating that that thing doesn't have blood. I can tell you for sure that they're not machines, because when I started next to one, due to an ambush in that lesser ruin, I did try sabotage on it and it doesn't work. I just need something to eat. Here we go. Alright, I wonder if the amount of healing you get is based on the HP remaining. Because that was really not a very satisfying bite. Yeah, seems like it might be. Come here, surrender your energy to me. Okay, well, I mean, we got something out of that. I don't even need to eat. Alright, so let's do this thing. Gosh, this beetle is tough. I'm not going to get back any poise as long as it's able to keep step with me. But it does seem to get confused and just kind of wander off. Okay. So this is like an important corpse, right? Maybe? So a small silver bell that reveals the departed and draws the god's gaze. Let's try it. Nope, the bell is barely audible. That is not the thing to do here. I mean, this is clearly like a significant corpse. Oh, now I'm trying to remember. Do we know... Do we know anything we were supposed to be doing with corpses? With significant corpses? Gosh, what a terrifying nightmare. What a particularly calibrated nightmare. That the great apocalyptic task before us relies on remembering 6 people's names. Or 5 people's names, rather. Okay, so I don't actually know what to do with this. So I guess we're just gonna... Why do I have a 1 tile of amber living upon me? Ooh. Ooh, some kind of herb. Okay, well I guess that's what the deal is with this area. It's a place to come back to if I want a particularly sacred corpse. A body that looks like it might be important somehow. Okay, so let's get back to the boat then, I suppose. We can go check out the the heart shrine as well. Wow, there are a lot of significant or semi-significant herbs in this area. Chase that thing right off. Okay. The maps aren't quite as annoying to move around in as the ones that are actually on the spaces with the trees. Where you get even denser formations of vision blocking garbage. But it's certainly not great over here. Alright. And I may as well eat something. Okay. So it makes sense that it would resist bleeding as it has no blood. I don't really see a great reason to get into a fight with one of these things. Oh, I don't love this. Well, yep, I think we are going to get grappled here. They seem to have gone a little sea mad up there. We'll just let them have it at each other. Alright. And to the patient coward go the spoils. I have to say, so far naval combat has not been especially harrowing. So, somewhere around here, there's an area with a very obvious... How do I, there we go. How do I not be Zoom X2? It turns out we need to go way further north. Okay, here we go. Now, unfortunately, the area where we can get off the ship is just incredibly fogged over. Let's give that a second to resolve. Ugh, this is really annoying. Okay, well, this is a dead end, it turns out. Yeah, the fog actively pursuing us, the ember actively pursuing us into a dead end is really annoying. Alright, that's the wizard down. That's helpful. Alright, I think that's enough poise to keep us safe for the moment. And we get extra Steria root out of it. And a blood feast. Who doesn't love a good blood feast? I can tell you, I am actually, like, pretty overjoyed about how good blood feast has been for us. So, let's just try to get out of the fog, wait for it to kind of resolve a little bit. I could refill the ward, but I don't think I have to. It's not like this area is permanently fogged. It was clear when I came here earlier. So we'll just wait here until things slide away. There we go. Okay, so I stepped in far enough to see this and the text entering Heart Temple. And I was like, you know what? That seems very significant. Well, this seems very... Okay, I was gonna say this seems very Legend of Zelda, and indeed, heart container get. I wonder if there are going to be many of those? That's a weird thing. But okay, certainly welcome. So, you can see we still have a lot of the crater to map. I think it's still worth doing. It turns out maybe it's going to be a little bit less sort of featureless and unexciting than I thought. So why don't we go ahead and stay on the recording for the next bit of this. Okay. Special herbs all over the place. Let's see about this river branch. Okay, goes approximately nowhere. Oh, there we go. Well, this seems like an area where you want to be on foot, or maybe not, actually. I thought there was going to be, from the water, it was not super clear that this was a solid wall. I thought maybe I was going to be able to walk back into a gap in the mountains. But never mind. Damn it, get in the river. Turns out to be difficult to sail a boat this size down tributaries that are borderline too narrow for it. Who would have thought? Okay, interesting. This is like a bay, and it does have traversable land. Landable land, no less. Well, I guess let's go see what that's all about. Okay, so we have here a huge forest, some kind of proper dungeon. Am I in shape for a dungeon? I mean, we have tools. We have a set of tools. We have a set of interesting skills. You know what? I am sure I want to enter. Let's do it. Somewhere there is a master key. We shall find it. Gee, I wonder where the secret door could be. Alright, there's a pressure plate for unlocking that. Well, let's disassemble that thing. Okay, Warlord seems fairly tough. But we have lots of techniques. Also, maybe just bumping will be sufficient. Don't love that I made them aware of me simultaneously, but the wizard doesn't seem to really want any part of this. Which is wiser than I would have guessed he would be. Good on him. It's not going to save him, but good on him anyway. He did the only thing that might result in him surviving. God, these bats really murder your poise. Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably not actually enough poise to fight the skeleton. Alright, make your opponents slow and feeble and unable to fight. Seems like a pretty strong strat. Oh, these things. Oh, it's under the... Okay, I see. I was going to say, I don't actually see that. So if I splash water on myself, it does not automatically splash water on my space, which is interesting. But if I keep doing it, we gain wetness. And so the fire that is in the space ends up becoming irrelevant very quickly. Now we're in another one of these situations where this thing is just going to burn on this square forever. Did we see... I feel like there were pots, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like there was anything back here that actually had amberbane oil in it. I mean, that's fine. We brought our own, but... we ran out, and then we picked up a whole bunch more. So yeah, it's going to be a little further down. There we go. Pour into the ward, please. Well, I suppose there's no reason not to take the free refill. Got that door open, although, you know, what good did it do? All right. I think I need to be a little bit more, a little bit less reactive. Because as we're seeing, there are a lot of situations where an enemy will not just see you, but will like fully lock on you. And then they're simply not a threat because they haven't the wherewithal to chase you. Let's get a little bit of poise back. Alright, I need to not get crit. Alright, this will help us move through the fire. Love my secret door sense. Telling me that there's a door in a tile that literally must contain one. Will splash my water on myself just in case while we wait for this thing to develop the spine necessary to get over here. Okay, just a vial of blood, really. You know what we can do? I actually cannot use a bloodstone there. I can only put bloodstones over land. Interesting. Well... let's see about that one. Let's make sure the parts go sailing by me. What I want to do is not accidentally walk into the water all of the time because I am clumsy. Unfortunately, I think that ship has somewhat sailed. Alright, we're just about the greatest duelist in the land. Not that that would mean very much in this place of all places. So we don't even know how to get over there. Oh, it looks like this dungeon might be huge, doesn't it? Alright. Nothing for it. Let's just go. Can we get any further down here? No, we have to go. That's inconvenient. Yeah, this is going to be really ugly. Betray each other. And then... set me on fire for some reason. I'm trying to get a little bit of debuff accumulated here so that I can avoid further fire because it looks like this area is probably not dying down anytime soon. I mean, this doesn't seem like a terrible place for this, even though I can't cause a bleed. No, I am not on fire. I am legitimately low on health and also all wet, though. You know, we have the resources for a shockwave. I'm going to shockwave over to here. Just getting a little intense over there in the corner. I wish I had a reliable, I wish I had a melee attack that didn't cost pretty rare ammunition, you know? A ranged attack, rather. I guess I'm just gonna... We'll back up to get some poise. I mean, kind of a lot of danger, actually, though. Yeah, no, this is pretty bad. I'm more than a little worried. And we don't have quick health regen against skeletons. I mean, I still do have a healing potion. But I am worried about needing it. Alright. I'm going to force cross this guy. Oh, cool, it didn't move him. Why am I on fire? There's so much wetness on my character. Splash water on self. Splash water on self. I will say it is really, really nice to have an energy-based ranged attack. It's very helpful. At this point, I really do need to refill my health. Let's stand over here where I'm not in the path of any of those projectiles. Okay, it seems like one of them did kill the melee skeleton that we were fighting over there. I don't have enough energy for another ranged attack. Okay. I think we've mostly cleaned up that group of skeletons. There's still a couple of things that were summoned over there. I kind of hate this. Alright, none too happy to see that dude. There is still one skeleton wizard over there. Man, can't you just be cool for a second? I'm not going to be able to blood feast either of them, so we have to consider drinking a potion now, I think. Well, I have poise. Let me try something here. Wow, okay. It's just not going to actually affect him at all. Continue to splash water on self until spaces are no longer on fire. Ugh. And still they live. I'm not going to be able to heal any other way while I'm down here. I bet there's not going to be a single normal blood-based enemy. Okay. Sin increased, but it does seem like we probably get to do that one more time before the taboo is broken in a way that really matters. That bleed should not have hit me. The path it should have taken was... I mean, like, I put that down pretty carefully, I think. This would be a great time for betrayal if we could afford it. Okay, large pine key. That's fun. Try to stay back until... Oh, you asshole. That is going to land... That projectile is going to create a fire in this space on our turn. Well, I can't really do very much about it, unfortunately. Nope. There we go. It does seem like there's an essentially infinite number of skeletons in that room, doesn't it? You know what? What if I did a shockwave? This thing is like absolutely glued to me. Force pull you backwards. Just let me get a little bit of poise back. I can kill these things. I just need to know I'm not gonna immediately get killed if I get hit. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take one of those vials of blood now, because we do actually need the amount of health refill that it gives, and we can see if nope, it is poisoned from my point of view, actually. That's wild. I used to think I'm not really a vampire, but Bloody Feast does heal me, so I was really... I don't know. That is an outcome that is surprising to me. Alright. We are very likely, I think, to have to... yeah, being torpid sucks. We are very likely to have to drink another healing potion, and then from there, probably burn the icon of our god that we brought with us for more or less this exact situation. Okay. Another Rosetta. Pretty slick. I hate that. I hate that instant... Whoa! You died with an anchored ship. Yep. Okay, it saved us right at the gate. That thing hit me way harder than I was expecting. You know what the really funny thing is there? That was an enemy that had blood. I should have thought about the fact that I could have just chomped that thing for health. A crystal cube, you say? So I think we will get a fully unique, like a totally new dungeon down here. Used when standing over a minor dungeon entrance to warp the reality within. Okay. Not terribly interesting. Ow, my poise. Enemies are remarkably bad at giving chase. And a tuner. When applied to the skin, it can counter any effects of negation, currently restricting the use of gifts from the gods. Okay, that seems fine. That thing has been enraged, but it doesn't seem to have much to do anyway, so who cares? So those spell wisp things will just fully resurrect a one of these dead guys. That's a real shame. Where is my water? There it is. You know what? I'm going to jump out of here. Then I will get water. That took a huge amount of my health away. Also, I really wasn't expecting to catch fire while my clothes were so wet and everything. Ugh, this sucks. I hate it when they're enraged. Alright, you know what? You are getting bumped. Alright, I think we can take him out here by himself. To get rid of him before the other wizard can speed him up again. Yep, super annoying. May as well disassemble that. Terrible moldy fruit. I guess that's something. Also, really a lot of corpses on the ground here in this dungeon. Ow! Just opening with a 70 before I even get a swing is pretty bad manners, in my opinion. Ugh, maybe not a good time to become vulnerable. Well, yeah, there's nothing to do with those things except get them to start the fire, I think. Did I see another skeleton caster out there very briefly? Sure did. God, these things are numerous. You know, we haven't thrown a knife at anything in a while. I would just really love to get rid of that thing. A tiny bit too enigmatic for me. Okay, apparently this whole island's gonna catch fire for a little while. So yeah, I kind of like this level of stakes. Where like if you die in a dungeon, your punishment is effectively that you don't get to finish that dungeon at all. You get put in what is more or less a new dungeon. And the thing that's great about that is that you might like miss out on the most obviously great end of dungeon loot, but at least for me, personally speaking, the real reward of dungeon stuff is that, you know, the real reward of gameplay of a good game is the gameplay of the good game. So if it's just handing you a fresh dungeon, in a lot of ways, it's just, it's all upside, you know? I would really love to believe that I'm actually going to deal damage to a, one of these fire things one of these days. When I splash water on myself in a space, it should instantly put the water out, or the fire out too. That's very silly that it's enough water splashed on you to immediately make you no longer be on fire, but it is not enough to like wet the rest of the space. It must be some very, very specific and precise motions that you use to put the fire on yourself out. All right, we're okay. Now we back off. Don't really want to fight until we have at least a little bit of poise. All right, through here is kind of a necessity. Am I just going to take a potion now anyway? Like, should I? It is definitely dangerous to be walking around with this little health. Ooh, I hate that enrage very much. Let's force you back over there. Try not to draw any additional attention by being very still. You know, they hate the living. What's the opposite of living? Just sitting around, I guess. Come on, just go down. Alright. Yeah, you know, why not? Just for old time's sake at this point. Okay, so that's one side of a secret door. It does look like maybe we're not going to get the most control of the outside world otherwise, though. This thing doesn't have blood, right? Yeah, it must not, because I did bite it. Okay, well, I think we had better drink a potion. 225 will be totally sufficient here. Wow. 198, 187. I didn't even... This dungeon might be a little bit much for me. We could be more careful and probably get through that, but... Yeesh. Turns out the edge of the world. Not the safest place. But you know what? I think I'm going to just go ahead and call it there for today. My hope is that we can get through that dungeon without needing to strengthen too much, but it is just a random dungeon. It's not like there's anything particularly valuable at the end of it, probably. So I think when you come back next time, for the moment, we're just going to bail on that. It doesn't really seem like there's any particular reason to push hard for the bottom of it right now. And then, you know, we'll be back in that exploratory spirit. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.